Hello everyone, I hosted a $1 Grankillion competition! Well, not quite at that scale, but it's true. Just about a month ago, I announced Site's cooking competition, a charting competition around the game Beatblock, calling upon creators to make the best levels they could. Since the game just launched into early access, my thought was that some of the people that made levels in the demo wouldn't be able to switch over immediately. So as a prize, the winner of the competition would be getting a copy of the full game for free, which, with the generous donation of some members of the Discord, turned into 3 copies of the game. As for the people that already bought the full game, a copy of Rhythm Doctor was up for grabs. So, how did people do? Well, let's roll the montage. Alright, now that you've got a taste for all the levels, let's get into the results. First and foremost, I want to give some honorable mentions. The competition was fierce, and not everyone can win unfortunately, especially in the early access category where there's only a single winner. So I want to spotlight some of my favorite non-winners, such as Creative Freedom by 4T2, which has some very well made decorations in the foreground and background of the chart, setting the scene literally and figuratively. Also, the whole zoom out gimmick is very well executed. I have to also mention Artificial Chariot by Slipty, which is a really good rendition of the Out of 5 song, with the chromatic aberration making that transitions look incredibly crisp. I just love how faithful it is to their original chart while having that unique Beatblock twist in its decorations. Also, Dragon Lady by Play has some of the most fun gameplay in the entire competition in my opinion. Even though it has more simplistic visuals compared to some of the other charts, it is definitely a chart that is worth playing yourself. Finally, for the early access category, I am a huge fan of White Surf Style 6 by When Pig Fly. It just has immaculate winter vibes and has a very fun chart to boot. Believe me, this came very close to winning, but alas, came second to our actual winner of the early access category, which is Failure Critical by JLM. This chart's theming and decoration are on point. A chaotic mechanical style and glitchy decorations complement the memory adjacent gameplay very well. Even though your first couple playthroughs might not go so well because of the gimmicks, it is learnable and satisfying to hit. I'm just a huge fan of the whole aesthetic, and congrats to JLM for winning the copy of Rhythm Doctor. Now let's move on to the demo levels. The honorable mention in this category goes to Spawn by Grunt Plays. It is a very well decorated chart that has some super solid gameplay to complement. Not to mention there's a bunch of custom sprites which are very well made. Alright, let's get serious. It is time to announce the winners and recipients of free Beatblock TM. Our first winner is Bims with the level Vista. With their last minute submission, they have delivered a very vibrant and energetic chart with lots of great mine hold usage for decoration purposes. Also, they don't shy away from gimmicks in the second half of the level, with the multiple side spins being very satisfying to hit and representing the song extremely well. But that's all I have to say for Vista, and congrats to Bims! So let's move on to the next winner, which is someone named Kevin with Chimera Dragons. A frankly insane chart, which is to be expected considering this is a Camellia song, after all. But really, the gameplay is not easy, but it represents the song so well. The decorations in the first half of the chart especially are really good, and I can only imagine the heights this chart could have reached if in the second half, self-admittedly, Kevin had more time to work on it. But in any case, congrats! Let's move on to our final winner, which is Poise with the level Calyx. I am so impressed with what Poise has accomplished here, especially considering he was one of the first people to submit their charts a week before the deadline. There's simply a staggering amount of backgrounds at this level, and my jaw simply dropped the first time I played through that ending. They're all just so unique and simply look amazing. I might be focusing on the decoration, but I also shouldn't undermine the gameplay, which is really good as well. I have no pointers to give to this level, simply well done. And that just about wraps up the winners. I'm just kidding. A couple days ago, a fourth copy of Beatblock was added to the prize pool, and that of course goes to Phil G with the final strategy. This is simply a baffling submission. It's a minute 30 level that has more decorations and effects than most other custom levels I've played, period. It's crazy how good the level looks. There's truly no other levels like it. Not to mention the incredibly smart double color gimmick, which was made with some very creative usage of the mechanics available in the editor. I simply commend Phil for what they have achieved. This result is truly deserved, and sorry for the mini heart attack. And with that, we can actually wrap this up. I wanted to give a huge thanks to Big Air for helping me judge the competitors. This was a very tough decision, and it was great to have someone to bounce my thoughts off of. Also, shout out to Toon, Mr. Dolphin, and Chatter for contributing to the prize pools of both categories. Without them, I wouldn't be able to give so many amazing levels the rewards they deserve. And finally, thanks to everyone that submitted. The turnout was way better than I expected, and I hope everyone enjoyed the opportunity to charge something. If you made it this far, go play Beatblock. It's on Steam and it is a lot of fun. If you want to join the level making fun, join us over in Cranky's Customs. There's plenty of resources to get you started. I'll see you there.